This is my story. Am I to be left to a life of half a hope? Nowhere to go, no place to carve my name. And I don't ask for much, but don't underestimate the simple power that comes from our lives when we prevail. And now there's a choice to make. My life is not what I thought it would be. Growing up in a crowded city with open sewers and unsafe streets, one of the earliest memories is my mom and my dad telling me that I have to drop out of school. Me, who loved learning, the boy who consumed every book he could find, had to stop school because there wasn't enough money. My parents are some of the hardest working people I know, but it was never quite enough. And sometimes the debts grew, or sometimes the meals didn't come. I had dreams of science and physics, of soccer and sports championships, of building a safe, strong home. But I resigned myself to the fact that I would work manually in the fields or on the roads. When ICM gave me and my family a different path, it altered our lives forever. I was privileged to sing and perform, to give a voice to kids like me, and share our stories with thousands of people. I graduated college majoring in science education. Then I came to Hong Kong, and now I work every day to advocate for ICM's work. When I was just a boy, there was a man I looked up to. His name was Peter Fry. He worked with ICM and he invested in my life. I dreamed that one day I would be like him, and now I am doing the job he did 10 years ago, working to share ICM's story and bring hope. I needed someone to dream with me, to believe in me, to inspire hope, and to empower change. And so today, I stand in front of you, the boy who saw no future, in front of CEOs and influential leaders, asking you to do the same, to inspire hope and to empower change for the next boy just like me.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daryl, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to ICM's annual banquet. Thank you for being with us. Allow me to introduce someone who has been a huge part of my story, Luis Yuhaimovsky.
Thank you, Daryl. Let's give him another round of applause. Just starting us off with such an inspiring story. Daryl, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing to see the man you've become. And good evening, everyone. We are thrilled to be streaming live to you. We're here at the Aberdeen Marina Club in Hong Kong, and we're so glad that some of us are able to gather together in person. We have a team of volunteers and staff running the production from just behind these screens, and it's an amazing atmosphere here.
And just down the road, we have a second party at the Arca Hotel, as well as friends all over the world joining via Zoom. Every year, this banquet provides the funding for ICM to transform lives. This year is no exception, and we are grateful that you're with us.
And we are live on Zoom. So many of you have tuned in from wherever you are in the world, so let's take a moment to say hello to a few of you. Dennis and Isa, fantastic to see you. Ken and Melissa are joining us from DC. Hi guys, good morning. It's really early over there. And this is Wang in our Manila. She's got her very cool banquet Zoom background. Very cool. Full points to you, Wang. And this is our team in Uganda. Good afternoon, Uganda team. Fantastic. It's amazing to see all of you on Zoom. Please keep your cameras on. Your voices are muted, but we can see you and you can see each other. And there's one very important person who's joining us on Zoom. Christine Fladebo-Dunnick is an award-winning auctioneer who's partnered with ICM since 2013. And Christine was up before dawn this morning in Minnesota. She's joining us live. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning from the U.S. My name is Christine. This is my 8th banquet, and I'm so excited and very honored to serve. ICM has changed me. ICM has changed our family. We have been to the Philippines 3 times to see their impactful work. And ladies and gentlemen, simply put, we're doing kingdom work today. We are going to make a difference in the lives of so many people. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being with us.
Thank you, Christine. We will see you later on.
We have a jam-packed event coming up. There's amazing jewelry, artwork, and experiences in our silent auction. So, we need to make sure you all know how to register to bid. This is not pre-recorded. All of the bidding and the winners will happen live. To bid on our silent auction or to make any donation tonight, you need 2 things: your mobile phone and your bidder number.
That's right, and all of our bidding and pledging takes place on the Open Heart website. That's icm.oph.hk. That OPH stands for Open Heart, if you're wondering. And if you pre-registered for this event, you should have received an SMS earlier with a link that can take you straight there. If you haven't registered yet, visit icm.oph.hk, input your name, confirm your contact information and your bidder number. If you don't know your bidder number, you can ask your table host, your Zoom host, or you can email us at banquet@caremin.com. So once you're signed up, you can start to browse our amazing selection of items and you can bid. And the auction is open now. We can see all your bids coming in on this leaderboard. The items are organized into 2 separate lots, Lot 1 and Lot 2. Lot 1 will be closing in about 15 minutes time, so time to get those bids in. And we will give you a 1-minute warning so you can make sure you get the items that you want. Lot 2 will close just before the end of the event, and that's in about 45 minutes time.
So, to place your bid, scroll through the prices on the website, click on the one you want, and enter your bid amount.
And to all of our friends who are joining us outside of Hong Kong, you will have noticed that all of the bidding takes place in Hong Kong dollars. But we've put an estimation of the current bid in US dollars and Philippine pesos so you can see the exchange rate. Now, if someone outbids you in the silent auction, you'll receive a notification by text message. It will tell you the new bid so you can go back and you can bid again. And like I said, we'll give a 1-minute warning when the lot is about to close. When the timer hits 0, the winning bidders will be notified by text message. So just again, Lot 1 closes in 15 minutes, Lot 2 closes in 45 minutes, and good luck with all your bidding.
And a big thank you to the auction community who have done an amazing job of gathering prizes in the midst of this tough season. We have striking artwork from an array of Filipino and international artists, including these paintings by Kristen Lim and Migs Villanueva.
And the Shangri-La Group have donated 4 wonderful properties, so based on your travel restrictions, wherever you are, there's something for you. And Lot 134 is 4 bottles of rare 25-year-old Glenrothes whiskey. There's so much more, so do enjoy your bidding. And please share your banquet experiences with us. You make this event what it is. We want to hear from you. So post your banquet selfies, whether you're in your PJs or you're in a tuxedo. Tag ICM on Facebook and Instagram.
Now, I have the honor to introduce David Sutherland. I first met David on his 50th birthday during my first performance with the ICM choir. And I have to be honest, I was a little intimidated, and I think I only understood half of what he said because he spoke so fast. Like really fast. But that's changed now. I think I understand like 98%. I think before joining ICM, David, full-time, he was the Chief Financial Officer for Morgan Stanley in Asia Pacific, but now he is ICM CEO. Please welcome David Sutherland.
Well, thank you all very much. I first met Daryl on my 50th birthday, and I want you to know that was just last year. So, yeah. At any rate, good evening. As we said, we are not pre-recorded. The Hong Kong government right now allows 240 people in each room, so we are streaming live here in the Aberdeen Marina Club in Hong Kong, and we've got 20 tables of 12, and we also have a second live venue at the Arca Hotel just down the street. We have a lot of friends joining us virtually in Hong Kong. We count at least 500 different bidders that have registered from Manila. We have a lunch going on in London. We have a gathering in Puerto Rico of a half a dozen people. We have a group of golfers at a golf course in New Jersey that are doing this event first, and then they're going to go play golf, so hit them straight when you get out there. We have a conference room at the Peninsula Hotel in Tokyo. It is 5:30 a.m. in Los Angeles and in Seattle, and it's nearly midnight for the faithful that are in Sydney, Australia that are watching. So last year we had 1,600 viewers from 16 countries, and it looks like it'll be significantly more this year. So What a couple of years we have all had. COVID has turned our lives upside down. I suspect we all have stories, but the one I'm going to remember is about my daughter's COVID wedding. My daughter, Corey, she spent the first 5 years of her life in a Chinese orphanage. And when she joined our family, she thrived at HKAS, and then she went to the University of Virginia, got a master's at Harvard, and then she had a small legal wedding in the States in April 2000. But she didn't get to wear her wedding dress. So 2 months ago, we were finally able to give Corey the wedding that she deserves. And just yesterday, Corey and James bought their first home. It is emotional for me to see my little girl who started out life with so many struggles to be succeeding so fabulously. So for Corey, for me, COVID has been irritating. I mean, really irritating. 21-day quarantines, that is not a joke, is it? But for the poorest people in our world, the consequences are far more dire. I have been able to see some of this firsthand during the last year. I mean, travel to Hong Kong has been very difficult. Travel to the Philippines has been impossible. But in the last 6 months, I've been able to travel to Africa twice. And I was able to go travel to ICM's newest ministry site in Guatemala. And when I was there, I met Maria. And never in her life has Maria seen a medical professional. Her entire life, through all of her illnesses, through delivering 5 children, she has never once benefited from a doctor or even a nurse. She told us it would be a half a day's journey just to get to the nearest doctor, and the trip itself, without the medical fees, it would cost her more than 2 weeks of income. So she has never been. And that struck me really hard. You know, this year we've all been concerned about our health. Every time we cough or we sniffle, it brings fear to us. But you compare our lives to Maria, who's never seen a doctor in her entire life. So this pandemic has really intensified disparities in our world. For the first time in our history, poverty is going up. The World Bank describes poverty as those who are living on less than $3 per person per day. Below that is a level called extreme poverty, those who are living on less than $2. The World Bank says extreme poverty is a level that threatens someone's survival. But ICM works with ultra poverty. That is those who live on less than 50 cents per person per day. Those ultra poor, those are ICM's focus. And before the virus even hit, their lives were unimaginable. Among our ultra-poor families, average income was just 28 cents per person per day, 14 pesos. And 29% have no electricity. 43% live with an illness in their home. An astonishing 15% of ICM mothers have had one of their own children die. But COVID made all that even worse. 72% of the people we serve say they are earning less now than they earned before the pandemic. And we've seen situations go from bad to worse. So much hunger. Children out of school. It's been going on and on and on for a year and a half. The Philippines has had various lockdowns since March of 20, and those lockdowns seem to change every province, every municipality. It often changes at the drop of a hat. A month ago, Bloomberg ranked the Philippines dead last in COVID resilience, and they were ranking 53 countries. So ICM works with about 10,000 pastors across the Philippines, and we are seeing our partner pastors die regularly. A few weeks ago, we lost 11 pastors to COVID in a single week. A week after that, it was 6 pastors died. This last week, it's gotten better recently. Only 3 died last week. In the midst of all these struggles, I have been astonished by the heroism of our staff. A quarter of our 600 staff have themselves contracted COVID, and all of them have seen their loved ones or their colleagues become ill. They face difficult journeys to deliver goods to people desperate for food. They continue to find courageous ways to empower the ultra-poor. So tonight, I want to introduce you to 3 of our staff, and they're our heroes. This is the story of Lila, and Lila grew up in the second largest slum in the Philippines. Banago is notorious for drugs, for gambling, for violence. When it rained, Lila's home flooded, often up to the waist high, inside her home. Lila's mother and father, they worked really hard, but often they were only able to eat 1 meal a day. So Lila, she studied hard, and she dreamed of being a successful businesswoman. When she graduated from high school, her family told her that they couldn't afford college, but Lila was determined, so she went around and asked every single one of her relatives for help with tuition. And one after another, everyone said no. And finally, she went to a more distant uncle, and he was not rich at all. He was a poor fisherman, but he thought about it, and he said, I don't have my own family, so I will help you. But I warn you, I can only afford the government college. So Lila started studying at the government college, and she felt that she wasn't learning enough, so she secretly enrolled herself in the best university in the city, and then she tried to figure out every semester how she would afford the tuition payments. And so she started doing assignments for her classmates for $1 each time and whatever she could do. Eventually, her mother saw Lila washing her college uniform, and she realized that it was from a different college, and her mother was alarmed. She was worried that their family would fall further into debt, so she told Lila she had to drop out. But Isla was committed. She went to the university dean, and she begged, and he awarded her a scholarship. And after a few years, she graduated, and then Lila got an office job with a good salary, and she and her family were proud. 6 months later, her classmate Annie called. Annie's family were some of the early pioneers of ICM. They needed someone with an education degree to teach some orphans. And Lila prayed about it, and finally she agreed to join. And when she joined ICM, Lila's monthly income dropped by 90%. And her family couldn't understand why she would make a sacrifice like that. But Lila says she felt fulfilled. She used to think that success looked like high-heeled shoes and an important title, but now she's happy, she says, with muddy shoes because she knows she's bringing hope to the poor. Second, let me introduce you to a guy named Glenn. From the age of 7, Glenn only went to school 3 times a week because he had to help out on his parents' farm. Every Wednesday, he had to harvest in the field. And every Thursday, he walked 10 miles, almost 20 kilometers, and he often was carrying more than his own weight in sacks of bananas or corn or rice to the markets. Glenn eventually finished high school, and he dreamed of being in the Army, but he wasn't accepted, so he decided he had to become a farmer just like his parents. But when ICM started the Transform program in 2008, we asked Glenn to become one of our livelihood trainers. And he hesitated. He said, how can someone teach if they've never even gotten a degree? How could they teach other people? But soon, Glenn was in fact teaching hundreds of people, and he is now one of our longest serving trainers. And he has personally graduated more than 5,000 families from the Transform program. He has launched hundreds of savings groups. He has helped thousands of families start businesses. And finally, there's the third woman. Her name is Luella, and she, when she was growing up, was one of 10 children. Her parents couldn't afford Luella, so at the age of 6, her parents sent her to live with relatives. But those relatives treated Luella like a servant, and they made her work for 3 hours before she went to elementary school every morning. They made her work for hours every evening when she came home. She was not allowed to play with friends. This family, they explicitly told Luella that she was good for nothing and she would never achieve anything. Once she finished high school, she lived with her sister. They were extremely poor. They were recipients of ICM's feeding program. So Luella found a job as a nanny working for one of the ICM staff family, and they saw her potential. They decided to put her into ICM's computer training school, which we ran back then, and her career with ICM began. As you can see, growing up in ultra poverty is physically dangerous, but it is also emotionally traumatic. These 3 staff members have overcome these difficulties, and we are proud to have them as part of our team. Glenn, Luella, Lila, they're watching us live. And these 3 stories, they demonstrate one of ICM's hallmarks, peer-to-peer training. ICM's data has taught us this important lesson. Our trainers who grew up in ultra poverty are more effective at their jobs than trainers who grew up in richer communities. So at ICM, we don't hire PhDs or expensive social workers to run programs. We hire local staff. It's more cost efficient and it is more effective. So today we want to remind you of these inspiring stories, and when you got your Banquet in a Box kit, you should have received an envelope like this. It has a sticker that says, do not open until prompted. So if you've opened, you're automatically disqualified. But go ahead now. You've got approval, so please open it and pull it out. And Louise and Daryl are going to explain to you what to do next.
Thank you, Dave. We will hear more from Dave in a little while, but for now it's time for some fun. So we will be closing the first lot of the silent auction very soon. But first, let's take a look inside the envelope. You can open it up as we're doing here. And inside, you will find a frame with 12 puzzle pieces. I think we need a little bit of light up in the room here. That puzzle will make a portrait of Glenn, whose story Dave has just told us. And your task is to put those 12 puzzle pieces together. Don't start yet. Once it's complete, what you need to do, you can't just put it together. You need to take a selfie, because everyone around the world is competing together. Take a selfie with you and your completed puzzle. Take a photo and email it to us at game@caremin.com.
And the first person we receive an email from with your completed puzzle in your selfie will win a set of Jabra Elite wireless headphones.
What a cool prize. So let me repeat what you have to do. Take out your puzzle, put the 12 pieces together, and it should look like this once it's completed. Take a photo of yourself holding your completed puzzle and send it to us at game@caraman.com. Daryl, are we ready? Are we ready here at Aberdeen Marina Club? I think we are. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1,
go!
So, Daryl, how long did it take you to do this puzzle?
I did it for 55 seconds.
55 seconds. I don't know if that would be the winning time. So I know that the current record of the ICM staff is 33 seconds. Let's see if anyone can do. Let's see, how are you doing at the ARCA? Looks like they're taking photos. I think they might have started before we said go, to be honest. So let me just tell you, you can't just put it together. You have to take a photo of it, send us. Winnie is standing by with the email. Winnie, why don't you join me at the front of the stage? And you will see Glenn's face, I can see, is starting to take shape all over the room. We've got some cheers here. How are we doing, Winnie? We have a winner. That was fast. What's the name of? Okay, the winning puzzle. You want to show it to? We can show the evidence, so no one will say that we're favoritism. This is Jacob Salmond. Jacob, I don't know where you're watching from, but thank you so much. Thank you. We'll be sending you your prize. Hope you're having a wonderful banquet. Thank you. And everyone, please take those puzzles home with you to remind you of the stories that we've told you.
While we're in a competitive mode, it's time to take a look at how our silent auction prizes are doing. We have just over a minute left.
That's right, we have lots of action happening already on that silent auction, so time to turn your attention to those bids that you've got in. We're counting down, we have about 50 seconds left on all of the prizes in lot 1, so I know that often you want to leave it right until the last second, but don't miss out. Let's take a look. We've got Rosemary, you're about to win. Sunset, we've got a lot of anonymous bidders on there. We're at about 40 seconds. Carolyn, you're about to, 36 seconds, here we go, we're counting down. Carolyn, you're about to win that beautiful painting. We've still got lots of paintings and artwork up for grabs. Paul is about to win the beautiful Grand Canyon photo. Janet, you're going to be going to Crimson Resort. Hopefully, last few seconds, ladies and gentlemen, get those bids in. Don't let someone beat you to the prize you really want. How are we doing on the time? 10 seconds, here we go. Get those bids in. And 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to all of the winners. Let's take a look and see. David, you've got the beautiful decanter. Gretchen, you've got that tea set. Thank you so much. Nicole won that Tiffany silver photo frame. Alex, you got the Star Ferry life ring. Congratulations. Carrie, you got the outdoor fun set. Thank you so much, Carrie. We've got lots of anonymous bidders on this beautiful jewelry. Joanna, you got the Secret Garden necklace. I absolutely love it. Congratulations, Joanna. Thank you so much for all of these. Andrew got the Orion's belt necklace. Congratulations. We've got some beautiful jewelry. We still have a few items that haven't received bids, so we'll keep those open during lot 2. Clarissa, thank you so much. Bobby, Christoph, Minnie, you got these wonderful artworks all the way from the Philippines. Thank you so much to all of those winners. Amanda, you got Green Tempo. Amelia, you got Reptilism. Oliver, you got the 50-50. Wendy, Big Fish. Thank you so much to all of those winners. And you'll be receiving a text message with confirmation if you won. So thank you very much.
If you miss out on lot 1, don't worry. Now it's time to turn our attention to lot 2. We have 2 exclusive villas. One is in snowy Niseko and one in tropical Hawaii.
And we have this unbelievably intricate art piece by Chino Yuseko. This is an amazingly realistic sculpture of a Philippine village. It's one of a kind, it's really unique, and it has gathered some viral attention online in the last few days too. These stunning paintings by Ombok Villamo and Carlo Magno are also in lot 2, and there's still lots of beautiful jewelry available like this amethyst necklace, this gorgeous pearl ring.
And for football fans, a very, very rare opportunity. We have the signed Chelsea shirt available. As you might know, Chelsea won the Champions League this year, and the owner of the Chelsea team donated this jersey to ICM auction. And this jersey is signed by the players from that team. Thanks to Chelsea, I've got a feeling that this bidding is going to be intense.
I think you're right. So, and ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention once more as we welcome back to the stage David Sutherland.
Thank you very much. I have to just be honest and tell you that after every banquet, there's usually some people that are angry that they didn't win their silent auction prize. They said, you know, I was in first, and then that sneaky guy came in and beat me. And I just say, tough, you know, you knew what was going on. So I actually have a secret pleasure that the next morning I look at the open heart and I see who came in second and how far they missed. And I just, they kind of deserved it. All right, don't let that happen to you tonight, all right? Listen, we are having a great time here. I have missed this being out of Asia for a few months here. How's it over at ARCA? Are you guys doing all right over there? Hello? Fantastic. Yeah, everybody's doing well. Great. Listen, let me just tell you one other story. A few months ago, my daughter-in-law, who lives in North Carolina, she was driving my two granddaughters to preschool. And a car heading in the opposite direction hydroplaned across traffic, and they hit her car head on. It was a big accident. It made the evening news and the newspapers. The guy who hit them was 73 years old, and he died in the car accident. For our family, it could have been a lot worse, but airbags are amazing. My daughter-in-law broke her arm. The little girls are traumatized, but mostly okay. This is what's left of the car that they were driving. When that happened, we were 1,000 miles away in Philadelphia. We immediately booked Deanna on a flight, and she flew, and she was at their North Carolina home before they came home from the hospital. What a blessing it is to be able to instantly react to a family crisis like that. Being close to those in need is so important. This year, we've learned similar lessons at ICM. To help, you need to be close to those that you serve. During the lockdowns and in the slums, the hunger and desperation, it's everywhere. You can't leave your home, you can't work. No money means no food. But ICM partners with this huge network of local churches who are on the front lines. They are in the most remote mountain villages. They are in the deepest urban slums. Often there's no government official where there are, no health clinic, no education systems. But the pastors, they're there. And through them, last year, ICM distributed goods to more than 1 million families. 14 million meals, 1.2 million bars of soaps, 700,000 leaflets of information on how to keep families safe. And we've distributed 300 million vegetable seeds, which people planted in their gardens. It generated at least 30 million kilos of vegetables just from the first crop. And all of that was distributed through our church network. And each of them was distributed and targeted to specific families in the most need. Before COVID, ICM had a huge network of pastors across the Philippines. We were thrilled. We had 3,500 pastors who attended ICM's Thrive meetings every month. But now, during COVID, we are seeing attendance of nearly 10,000 pastors every month, nearly triple before COVID. It's really surprising. So in those early months of COVID, we were focused on goods distribution because the problem was they didn't have food. But since about a year in, we pivoted to our core programs to help families actually rebuild, not just the crisis. So more than a decade ago, ICM designed this 4-month Transform program, and we gather the 30 poorest people in every community for weekly training in values, health, and livelihood. After only 4 months, people who start in ultra poverty, they increase their income by 107%. There's a 36% reduction in illness, 16% increase in satisfaction in family life, and scores of other life improvements. Over the last decade, we've cured more than 8,000 children of clinical malnutrition. We've supported 12,000 high-risk pregnancies. We've treated hundreds of thousands of poor people for parasites. And we've been able to keep that strategy efficient. Our aim is to limit the fully loaded cost of the entire 4-month program to only $10 per family member. You may have heard me say this before in other events, but we're not talking about $10 a month, month after month, or even $10 a year. That is $10 period to help a family member. But this is key. Transform has achieved scale. Let me illustrate scale with 2 milestones. Here's a photo just 2 weeks ago of a graduating community in Tanjay, Barangay. Transform brought real life change. In this one community, 4 pregnant women were assisted, 4 malnourished children were cured, 35 businesses were piloted. Their savings group of 42 members accumulated $65 US of their own money. And get this barangay is the 10,000th community that has graduated from ICM's Transform program. 10,000. Amazing. I also want to introduce you to Maravec. She is currently enrolled in a different Transform program in Antique, not far from Boracay. She has 6 kids. They struggle to eat regularly. Her husband's construction job stopped when COVID hit, so now the only way they can eat, they can earn a living is by gathering firewood. But change is on the way for them. In a few months, Maravec is going to become our 1.5 millionth family member to graduate from Transform. That is a lot of families empowered. And we achieved all of those milestones with your help. So when you made a donation at our banquet last year, your gift directly funded a specific community's program, and our heroic staff made it happen. Remember Glenn that I talked about earlier? During COVID, Glenn and a dozen of his colleagues, they moved away from the main office of Bacolod to a small town called Sagay to set up an ICM satellite office. And they're now closer to the ultra-poor communities, and that means when they go there, they have to drive through fewer COVID checkpoints. Glenn started the year as a livelihood trainer, but recently he was promoted, and now he's coordinating all the nearby savings groups for ICM, and he told us that his savings groups aren't just saving money together. He said they are literally saving each other's lives. This group in Toboso has been saving together since 2016. The 25 original members told all their neighbors about the importance of saving, and their group has now tripled in size to 72 members. And with Glenn's help, their saving grew, and they registered with the local government. They invested in their savings in a water distribution business. They got a government grant to expand even further, and now they have 200 chickens for their egg business, and their profits have kept many of their members afloat during the pandemic. The leader of that savings group said people used to leave this village because there were no opportunities here, but now our savings groups are hiring people to work with us. And most of those new businesses you just saw were launched during the COVID period. Savings like this are a lifeline for the ultra-poor. In just 4 months, the average savings group has saved nearly $100 US of their own money. And when they stay together for a year, the average savings group has grown to $300. After 3 years, it's up to $500. And by 5 years, the average group has saved nearly $800 US of their own money. That's amazing for people who used to live on 50 cents a day. And then they use their savings to invest in businesses, in rebuilding their homes and their children's education. ICM has nearly 2,500 active savings groups. Those savings groups are directly benefiting nearly 400,000 family members. Those savings groups have accumulated $3 million US of their own money and their own assets. That means that ICM is now overseeing one of the dozen largest savings group networks in the entire world. And Glenn is one of the people that makes that happen. Loella's passion is for education. She has 3 children, and they've been doing school at home, and she hasn't found it easy to juggle a full-time job with ICM and the kids' education. I suspect a lot of you can empathize with that problem. But when you're thinking about your problems, imagine if your home looked like this, and you had 7 children at home that were trying to do distant learning. In your home, you have no electricity, you have no cell phone, you have no computer, you have hardly even had furniture. And you, the teacher, have never graduated from elementary school, and now you must take charge of your children's education. That's the experience that millions of Philippine parents are facing right now. Loella has been a leader in ICM's education strategies. We've relaunched Family Academy. We're providing home teaching to thousands of at-risk preschool children. Before this program, only about 7% of the preschool children that entered the program were school-ready in phonics. After the ICM's Family Academy program, 75% of those same children are now ready for school in phonics. And we're seeing similar achievements in math. And this motivates the parents to engage in their children's education. When they see how well the kids are doing, we see a 127% increase in the parents who believe that their child will go to college. A few months ago, Loella brought Family Academy strategies to the Marquez family. When little Janella graduated 2 weeks ago, she became our 10,000th child who's graduated from Family Academy. You can clap for that. Luella has also conducted large seminars to support local schools and parents. Cumulatively, about 200 ICM coaches have engaged with nearly 2,000 different Philippine public schools, and they're trying to help reach at-risk families. The Philippine Department of Education recognized ICM as one of their top partners. So while COVID may have felt like hibernation for some, for ICM, we have innovated more this year than any year in our history. We are experimenting with lengthening Transform. We're looking at providing cash incentives. We are talking about relaunching lapsed savings groups in Scale. We're talking about using videos to motivate, all of those with objective and disciplined strategies and evaluation. But I believe that our most amazing, astonishing achievement this year is this. We created a new network of community health champions. We now have more than 1,000 local women who have been trained by ICM to bring healthcare to 1,000 local communities. These women are monitoring the health needs of 130,000 poor people. They have so far, in just a few months, conducted 500,000 household medical screenings. We provided a smartphone to every single local health worker. So take a quick look at the Domo technology that powers the technology behind this effort. This chart shows that every day is the number of screenings. It shows that almost every day more than 2,000 health screenings are happening every day, day after day after day. In the last 2 weeks alone, the app assigned 42,000 specific tasks to a specific worker because of the needs of a specific poor family. The ICM workers, those poor ladies, completed 95% of those assigned tasks, almost 40,000 tasks, just in 2 weeks. This detailed bar chart breaks those tasks down to what they did on malnutrition, what they did on TB, pregnancy, postnatal care, and other health tasks. And this chart instantly updates whenever a worker syncs her smartphone. So in just a few hours, when we send you a post-banquet email, I will send you a link to a public Domo dashboard that will allow you any day of the year in the future, you can click on it and you can see how many poor people were provided with health services that very day. It's impressive, isn't it? And remember, this entire community health worker effort, it started only 9 months ago. And it won't be long until we'll be able to provide you with those instant Domo dashboards for all of ICM's programs so you can see exactly what's happening. It's just one example of how ICM uses data to drive results. The gold standard of evaluation is a randomized control trial. In a randomized control trial, you compare a community that has received an intervention to an identical community who did not receive that same intervention. This strategy earned the Nobel Prize in Economics 2 years ago. For most charities, conducting even a single RCT is a huge deal. At ICM, we conducted one RCT over the last 4 months. We've got 2 more RCTs that are running right now, and we expect to conduct at least 4 more RCTs next year. This is all part of our Global Innovation Fund grant in partnership with Dean Carlin and IPA. We hope that we will soon be publishing hard evidence of effective, low-cost strategies that can be used by charities all around the world. And on top of those innovations, this past year, ICM has gone global. Ironic, right? During a year in which travel is so daunting, that was the year that we launched work in new countries, but we made it happen. Lila, who you met earlier, was one of 3 courageous Filipinos who agreed to travel to Uganda to help launch ICM's pilot in Africa. Lila was on the ground helping ICM's new Uganda team start their first batch of Transform in early 2020. But when COVID hit, Lila had to evacuate back to the Philippines, so over the last year, Lila has done a great job to help manage the ICM African systems remotely. And now our 19 full-time Ugandan staff, they're about to graduate their 3rd batch of Transform communities. And then it's gone so well, we're going to double our size in Africa in November. So by the end of the 2nd year, we expect to graduate 30,000 Ugandan family members from the 4-month Transform program. And Lila was able to return to Uganda just a couple of weeks ago. This is a brand new picture, just a couple days old. We also sent Kat from the Philippines to launch ICM in Guatemala. She has done an amazing job. In the first batch, we've graduated 2,500 family members, and Transform is going to grow in Central America from there. I'm really proud of our staff, but I'm also proud of all of you, our stakeholders. When we launched our first ICM banquet 16 years ago, ICM was a small charity facing overwhelming problems of poverty in the Philippines. How could we even make a dent in such a huge problem? Since then, many of you have put your faith in us. You provided the startup capital we needed to allow ICM to grow. And we've tried hard to be faithful, staying lean and ever increasing in our impact. And each year, you responded with generosity through the ups and downs. You all stood behind us during the Asian crisis, the dot-com bust, the Lehman crash, street protests, and now through a pandemic. Those of you at this event have been ICM's engine. Together, we have all brought life change to 1.5 million people. ICM continues to expand in new areas across the Philippines. We're bringing poverty reduction strategies that were birthed here in Asia to other parts of the world. Over the years, there might have been some danger that some of you might feel that ICM has outgrown your ability to help us, but that is not true. We could not have accomplished all this without you, and we will not be able to continue to help so many people without your continued support. So COVID has been a whirlwind season. I have missed time with many of you here in Hong Kong, and I've especially missed face-to-face time with our ICM staff on the ground in the Philippines. They have done so much in the face of hardship. So tonight, I want to honor those heroes. Glenn, who was a boy, he could only occasionally attend school because he had to haul crops up and down the mountains. That same guy, Glenn, he is now teaching mothers to earn a living so that they don't need to keep their own children out of school. Luella, who was mistreated as a child, is now empowering thousands of children to parents to nurture their own children. And Lila, who grew up in a notorious slum, is now leading the expansion of ICM's programs to Africa. She is bringing strategies that were literally birthed in her backyard to families all around the world. And almost every single one of ICM's 600 full-time staff, they grew up in situations similar to Luella, to Glenn, to Lila. So our staff have overcome tremendous hardships to be where they are today. They know the depths of despair, but they also know the transformational power of hope. And they are working hard every single day to bring people just like themselves to overcome poverty. And so they, the ICM staff, they are all watching this event, this banquet live. And they can see me on the Zoom camera, but the Zoom camera works two ways, so our staff are also able to see most of you. So I hope that you will join me in a round of applause for them. I can't wait to get back to see all of the staff in the Philippines. But the pandemic prevents us from bringing participants here tonight, but we are blessed to have a couple of Filipinos and Ugandans that work in our Hong Kong office, so we didn't have to move them. So many of you know Bless and Daryl. They have been part of the ICM choir in the past, and Joy and Henry are finishing up a 2-year training here in Hong Kong, and soon they will return to Africa to help ICM build in Uganda. A few months ago, I was able to travel to Uganda to witness our graduations. It was powerful to see the impact that Transform can have in a new country. Just like in the Philippines, our staff in Africa are impressive, and I know you will agree. We created this little video. I ask you to take a look at how our African staff described their first year with ICM.
I don't know if we really reach your expectations, but we are so happy that we are doing this and we are transforming the lives of people. Yes.
I get to see my dream come true. I get to see those people's lives change. Like seeing them, it's like seeing me when I was little, when I was young, without any hope, without any dream, without anything to come.
I've worked in the hospitals and all I knew was getting an injection, giving out drugs, but then I'm not transforming the mind. I'm not transforming people through spiritually, but I thank you, I thank ICM for bringing the Transform program to Uganda, because I see a lot of change.
Whenever I see a tip-it-up, I say, okay, BBT ICM has visited that home. Transform is there. You see another tip-it-up, you see another thing, you say, oh God, this is good, this is good, this is good. People are implementing, yeah.
People know how to wash their hands well. People are able now to deal with their hygiene and sanitation.
Cleanliness is also part of our health. Like like they know how to be clean and they know how to avoid some diseases. They know how to take boiled water. They use not to cook water, they just take from the dams.
Children are getting better right now. Right now they even know what to feed their children.
They know that it's very important to save money for the future, but when we told them, so they were able to set up small savings groups.
They are like, oh my God, you opened up my mind. You opened up my mind. I couldn't know that I can save this amount of money just little by little.
I have a savings group of over 70 members. So in the first week, these are people who told me that they had nothing to save. But actually, after some long interactions, house-to-house visits, we saw that they could save at least 1,000 shillings in a week.
We graduated participant in 15 communities, and so far people are doing good in businesses, people are saving their money, people have started constructing houses out of the teachings of ICM.
Many people expect tangible stuff like money, foods and all that, but you target their mindsets.
I've really appreciated the way ICM does things. They don't give out handouts, but they teach you knowledge, because knowledge is power, so that's great.
People are becoming friends. We had a problem of tribalism in some places, but because of Transform, these people have learned to love each other.
We can access any family, we can access any home, and they will open the doors. They don't release dogs for us anymore.
Maybe something that I'll add on that, thanking the team for their support and whatever they are doing for the mothers in Africa and the children in Africa.
I'm excited and happy for their accomplishments, but still I have that eagerness to achieve more because it is just the beginning.
Since many people can go through the program, more lives will be changed because of that. So I pray that the program continues for years and years.
What the team was able to accomplish here in Uganda, and my colleagues back in the Philippines are doing amazing work, and it makes me so proud.
When I go to these communities and meet the participants, I say that they're like me many years ago. So many of them don't have hope. But I am so happy that now I can be the one who is bringing them hope and helping them to transform their lives.
I do what I do because I believe that every child should have the opportunity to follow their dreams.
What I am now because of the training and development provided by ICM. I am forever grateful to God and to ICF.
Because of your generosity, I feel so much empowered to fight against poverty.
I am not just existing, but now living. My life has a purpose.
Because you dreamed with me, I've built a life worth living.
Let my voice be heard, let my song as word resound. Do you hear? Do you see? Our futures can be.
Muchas, muchas gracias. Madamo gid nga salamat.
Ein ganz herzliches Dankeschön. 非常谢谢.
Muy valeño.
Terima kasih.
Bahut dhanyavad.
감사합니다. 多謝晒.
Asante sana.
Joy, Bless, Henry, Daryl, you have knocked it out of the park. You have touched the center of our hearts. And day in and day out, you are changing lives. You four represent all of the staff in Uganda, in the Philippines, and we couldn't be more proud of all of you. The difference you are making in the lives of others day in and day out is incredible. We are so very proud. You're all courageous. And to you four today, thank you for sharing the good news of all that is happening with ICM in Uganda and the Philippines. We're so grateful for what you have done today. Everyone, we have come to the moment where we can have the greatest impact and we can make a difference. We are going to send as many people as possible through the Transform program, but at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Louise because she's going to tell us how we can participate.
Thank you, Christine, and good morning once again to you. It's great to see you. So, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to participate in making a donation this evening, we will be using the same platform as we've been using for the silent auction. So, you can go ahead and take out your phones. You can open up that page if you'd like to consider making a donation. And that link, again, if you haven't logged on yet, is icm.oph.hk. And once you're there, you can click on the menu at the top left corner, and you can navigate to the Pledge to Transform page. If you have any difficulty at all, please ask your Zoom host, you can ask a table attendant, or you can email us at banquet@caremen.com. Thank you so much. Christine, we're back to you.
Thank you again, everyone, for being with us. We couldn't do it without you. As I said, now is the moment where we can have the greatest impact. We're going to work as a team together, and we're going to send as many people as possible, men, women, and children, through the Transform program. Our goal is a goal of participation, that every single one of you consider giving at a level that's meaningful to you. But no matter what happens, and no matter how much money we raise, if there's one thing we want you to know, it is this. Just by being a part of this, you have already made a difference, and we are grateful. Here we go. Now is the moment. Let's send as many people through Transform as possible, and we're going to change their lives forever. We're going to start at 800,000 Hong Kong. That's 100,000 US dollars. Would anyone like to kick us off at 800,000 Hong Kong? Anyone at 800,000 Hong Kong, that will transform the lives of 10,000 people, and that's 100,000 US dollars. Anyone at 100,000 US? We did it! Bidder number 4888 coming in from Hong Kong at 800,000 Hong Kong. That's 100,000 US dollars. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you, bidder number 4888. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for kicking us off. We're so grateful. We are going to move to 600,000 Hong Kong. That's 75,000 US dollars. We're going to transform the lives of 7,500 Filipino people. And you know what? That is 750,000 pesos. Here we go at 600,000 Hong Kong. Would anyone like to give at 600,000 Hong Kong? Anyone at 600,000 Hong Kong? We're going to transform those lives. Anyone want to give at 600,000 Hong Kong? Do you know what? Oh my gosh, I was just going to move on. Bidder number 5367, 5367. Thank you for what you've done. That's $600,000 in Hong Kong, 75,000 US dollars. Thank you to bidder number 5367. We are so grateful for what you've done. We're going to move to 400,000 Hong Kong. That's 50,000 US dollars. We're going to transform the lives of 5,000 people, and we are going to make a difference. We are so grateful that you're with us. Would anyone like to give at 400,000 Hong Kong, 50,000 US? Coming in from Hong Kong, bidder number 1709, 400,000. Bidder number 7382 from the Philippines at $400,000. I'm excited. We're making a difference. Thank you again to bidder number 7382, bidder number 1709. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 5265 at $400,000 coming from the US. Thank you for what you've done at $50,000. This is incredible. We are going to transform the lives of so many people. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what you've done. I can just see the staff in the bases. I can see them getting so excited. I can just feel their joy. Here is the staff and the bases. Look at them. They're excited. They're joyful. They're so pumped to put people through the Transform program. Staff, God bless you for the work that you do. We are so grateful for each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we have a very special announcement. I'm going to turn it over to Dave to tell us all about that.
Right. Well, perhaps if you've been to this event before, you may know what's coming. For many years, we've had a foundation in the U.S. called Find Us Faithful, and Find Us Faithful Foundation has provided meaningful matching gifts to funds to this banquet for several years in a row, and we are excited that they've agreed to do that again this year. So Find Us Faithful has offered matching funds of 500,000 US dollars. That is 3.9 million Hong Kong. 25 million pesos. That's pretty amazing, right? So thank you so much to Find Us Faithful. They're watching, so thank you. Clap again. All right. So this year, Find Us Faithful will match any gift between 10,000 and 25,000 US dollars, or that's any gift between 80,000, 200,000 Hong Kong, between $500,000 to $1.25 million pesos. Any gift within that range will be matched. So dollar for dollar, and it will be matched by Find Us Faithful. So if you do that, then the impact of your giving will be doubled. So if you give more than 25,000, then the first 25 is matched. So the ones you've seen, the first 25 has already been matched. So I just want to be clear so that nobody gets confused. So I'll give you a little quiz. So under those rules I just described, if you give 9,000 US dollars, then how much matching will there be? 0. Okay, because you got to get up to 10. If you give 10, then the matching will be $10,000. If you give more than 10, I don't know, say you give 16,000, the matching will be 16,000. If you're heroic, you give 25,000, the matching is 25. If you give more, say you give 40,000 US dollars, then the matching is capped at 25. Okay, we understand the rules. Is that right? All right, listen, that is a serious amount of money, $500,000 US dollars. That is a lot of matching funds. Last year, you were all amazingly generous, and we were able to successfully meet that full match. It wasn't easy. We didn't get it quite done on the banquet night. It took a week after the banquet, but with all of our major donors, they kind of saw what happened, and one particular guy saw what happened last year. And he said, how about I challenge them a little bit more? He said, if our Hong Kong friends or if our donors can meet the full 500,000 of Find Us Faithful matching funds, then he personally will provide an additional 100,000 of matching. So that means it's not 500,000 of matching, it is 600,000 of matching. That is amazing, isn't it? I don't know. We've never had a matching fund that large, and I got to be really honest with you. Our ICM team, we're a little bit nervous about this. In fact, I'm a little bit nervous about this. It's only going to work if some of you would normally give a few $1,000s, would consider upscaling that gift to $10,000 US, or if you normally give 10, then you might give 15 or 20, or maybe a few heroes would dig deep and rise to the challenge and come up to the $25,000 US donation. So if you could help us reach that goal, you could unreach a huge amount of resources to help ultra-poor mothers, fathers, and children, and we'd be very grateful. So, Christine?
Before we begin, I just want to say to the good folks that find us faithful, you have been so faithful. We are incredibly grateful for all of the difference that you've made in the lives of others. Thank you. And to the generous Hong Kong donor, whoever you are, we couldn't be more thankful. As Dave said, matching funds of up to $600,000. That is a big deal. Now is the moment where we're going to do the very best we can to come as close as possible and maybe even hit that goal. But we want you to know again, just by being a part of this, we are so grateful. Let's start at the 200,000 Hong Kong. That's 25,000 US dollars. How many people want to give 200,000 Hong Kong? Your money will be matched dollar for dollar. And we're going to transform the lives of 2,500 people. That's right. We're asking for 25,000 US, 200,000 Hong Kong dollars. Here we go. Coming in from the US. Bidder number 5056 at 200,000. Thank you for what you've done. Coming in at 5431 at $200,000 from Hong Kong. 2112 at $200,000 from Hong Kong. 003 200,000. Bidder number 1801. Bidder 0801 from Hong Kong. Bidder number 3403 from Hong Kong. I have goosebumps in my bedroom. I call it world headquarters. I'm so excited. Thank you for what you've done. Look at all of those people at 200,000 Hong Kong. We are so grateful. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts from what you've done. Now we're going to move to 80,000 Hong Kong, 10,000 US dollars and above. So like Dave said, you're welcome to give any amount at 10,000 now or above. If you wanted to give 50,000, 25,000 of that would be matched dollar for dollar. If you want to give 15,000, 26,000, however much you want to give at this time will be matched dollar for dollar. And we're so grateful. In your tablet, there's an amount that says other amount. We're at 10,000 US and above. Here we go. Look at all those people. Your money will be matched dollar for dollar. 4019 701 7800 from the Philippines. 4013 at 10,000 US, 0509 at 10,000 US, 5078 coming from the US. We have another $25,000. Thank you from Hong Kong, bidder number 1711, bidder number 1411 at 10,000 US dollars. Thank you, bidder number 1201 from Hong Kong, bidder number 1911, bidder number 1915 at 100,000 Hong Kong dollars. Coming from the Philippines, bidder number 7128 at 80,000 Hong Kong, 2603. Thank you for what you've done. 0508. Thank you for making a difference. Bidder number 4003 from Hong Kong. That's 10,000 US dollars. Look at the participation across the world. We are matching funds dollar for dollar. We are making a difference. Bidder number 1507 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 0506 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 4005 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Again, it's time. Anything at 10,000 US and above, that's 80,000 Hong Kong and above, you can do an other amount and that money will be matched dollar for dollar. We're so grateful. There we have 4005 at 80,000 Hong Kong. 0201 at 80,000 Hong Kong. I commend all of you. We're grateful. Thank you so much for what you have made an incredible difference. And there's another one, 1094 at 80,000 Hong Kong from Hong Kong, 9820 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Anyone else at the 10,000 US and above. We're doing absolutely amazing. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making a difference. We are going to move at this time to the 40,000 Hong Kong dollars. Every dollar that you give is equally appreciated and every level will make a difference. We're so grateful. We're now going to transform the lives of 500 people. This is 250,000 Philippine pesos, 5,000 US dollars, 40,000 Hong Kong dollars. Again, every gift will make a difference. Every gift is equally appreciated. How many people want to give at the 40,000 Hong Kong? That's bidder number 2506. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making a difference. I'm grateful that you're a part of this. How many people want to give at 40,000 Hong Kong? Coming in from Germany, bidder number 5520. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 2604 from Hong Kong. I can just see everyone in the bases getting so excited. How is the staff doing? Staff, are you excited? Look at the difference that we're making. Staff, we're so proud of you. You change lives day in and day out. Look at their joy. Look at their excitement. Staff, you change lives. God bless each and every one of you to the staff. Here's more people at the 40,000 Hong Kong. That's bidder number 2604, bidder number 0908 from Hong Kong, bidder number 1803 from Hong Kong, bidder number 1604 from Hong Kong. I'm getting excited. I've got goosebumps. Anyone else at the 40,000 Hong Kong? You know what? We're going to move on. We're going to go to the 20,000 Hong Kong. That's 2,500 US dollars. Oh, I think we got another one, but we're still moving. Bidder number 2004 at 40,000 Hong Kong. Thank you for what you've done. I can hear people clapping and cheering and getting excited. Let's keep going. Let's change as many lives as possible. Every dollar makes a difference and every dollar is equally appreciated. We're going to now transform the lives of 250 people. This is the US $2,500, 20,000 Hong Kong. Let's all make a difference with the goal of participation. We're asking all of you to consider giving at a level that's meaningful to you. I can hear them clapping in my ear. Here we go from Hong Kong, 3706. From Hong Kong, 1209, 2605, 0406, 2301. From the US, 5035. Back to Hong Kong. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 2311, 2704, 0106, 1201. I'm so excited. I'm mixing up my numbers. 1207, 3501, 0504. Look at the participation. Look at people get excited about sending Filipino people through Transform. That bidder number is 1808 1212 3401 2202. This is what I call participation. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We're so excited. Again, every dollar given is equally appreciated. Every dollar will make a difference. Here we go. Look at all the people coming in. Bidder number 3212 507 3101 at 20,000 Hong Kong 4033. I'm excited. I'm excited. We are having a blast. We're raising money and we're making a difference. You know what? We're going to go to our final level, and that's 8,000 Hong Kong. That's 1,000 US dollars. Your gift is going to transform the lives of 100 people. You will never know the difference that your gift will make. Again, we're thankful for each and every one of you. Every dollar makes a difference. With the goal of participation, here we go. Look at the best we can. How people want to give 8,000 Hong Kong, 1,000 US dollars. Look at that from the Philippines, 7172, 7162, 3402, 011. Keep up with it, 7129 from the Philippines, 4027 from Hong Kong. Thank you for what you've done. 1111 from Hong Kong, 7201 from the Philippines, 9826 wherever you are. God bless you. 9824 3001 1601 0905. I could do this all day. I'm so excited. Here we go. From the Philippines, 7139, back to Hong Kong, 210. Thank you for what you've done. 3603, thank you for making a difference. 2612, 2006, 9825 from somewhere across the world. God bless you for what you've done. 9177 8003 at 11,000 Hong Kong. 1611 at 8,000 Hong Kong. 7036. Here we go again. 1511. Thank you for what you did. 980. Thank you for what you've done. 0902. Thank you for making a difference. Better number 2308. I've got to show you my son. He's sitting right next to me, and he's so excited. Harris, what do you think of this? He's so excited.
That's awesome.
Harris has been to the Philippines with us before. Harris is in the work of International Care Ministries. We've got goosebumps in my bedroom from the U.S. Here we go. Bidder number 7069 at 8,000 from the Philippines. 1001, 8,000 from Hong Kong. Thank you for what you've done. Before we stop, I have to tell you, if you wanted to give at an amount that we didn't get an opportunity, whether that was higher, whether that was lower, or something in between, all gifts will make a difference. All gifts are equally appreciated. You are welcome to do that. Now, look at all these gifts come in. Look at all the difference that will be made in the lives of others. This is what I call participation, Harris. Look at all these people give, and we couldn't be more grateful. You have just raised a ton of money. You have made a significant difference in the lives of others. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We are so grateful.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you to everyone who has just given. It is such an amazing atmosphere in here, and it is so, so amazing to see those pledges flooding in from all over the world. Thank you so much. And you can still go ahead and make pledges. Our system will stay open for the next few hours, and we'll be giving you payment instructions in just a few minutes. But Dave has one more very important opportunity that he wants to share with us before we finish our evening. So over to you, Dave.
Well, I want to echo Christine's thanks. Thank you very much. The atmosphere here is pretty electric. I have goosebumps in the ballroom, I guess. So, all right. Listen, I know that people around the world are cheering every single gift, so thank you all very much. Earlier I shared how COVID means the ultra-poor find it difficult to get medical treatment. I wanted to give you an encouraging story. This one is Glenn. He was born in 2018 with a club foot. His mother, Danilyn, said it was painful for her to see Glenn growing up, not being able to walk or to play with other kids. There's no special facilities for children like Glenn to attend school in these Philippine communities. When Glenn was 1 year old, Danilyn joined the Transform program. Our health trainers identified Glenn's clubfoot condition, so Glenn's family lives on Negros Island near Dumaguete, but he needed to see a specialist on Cebu Island, about a 6-hour journey. So Danilyn took Glenn every week for 6 weeks on the ferry and by land and she was accompanied by an ICM staff member. And treating clubfoot can be quite painful for children, but the earlier it's treated, the better. And Danilyn was so grateful for the ICM health workers' care, wisdom, guidance through the whole process. And without your support, her family would never have been able to afford this medical treatment. So Glenn and his mother had the surgery. They went for the checkup just 2 days ago, and our staff sent us these photos, brand new. He is, look at this little guy. He is happy. He is healthy. He has plenty of personality, and it is amazing to see him doing so well. Glenn's treatment. And there is the little guy right there. So his treatment was made possible through your generous donations to the Medical Mercy Fund. Your funding has helped kids with cleft palates like Clarence to grow up with smiles. With a little boy named Dylan had a painful and digestive problem, then he couldn't use the bathroom properly, but he is now cured. Your funds treated Rio's kidney surgeries, John's club foot surgery, and so many more. In fact, in the last little while, we have facilitated ICM more than 1,000 of these life-changing surgeries. Just an astonishing number. And Glenn and his mother are at our Dumagetti office now, as I think you saw a minute ago, and I thought it might be past his bedtime, but he's still awake. And he is excited. I think it was probably Christine that did it to him. I don't know. Listen, we have dozens of patients who are on our list. They're waiting to receive treatment. Christine is going to go share how you can be part of their journey to hope and health. So, Christine?
Thank you, Dave. Everyone, I want you to know this is the last time I'm going to ask you to consider giving. But this is so important. There are so many people that need surgeries. Let's help as many kids as we possibly can. We're going to encourage people to give at the 40,000 Hong Kong and higher. If you spend 40,000 Hong Kong dollars, 5,000 US, that will approximately give 2 to 3 kids surgery, depending on how expensive they are. Their lives will be changed forever. No matter what we do, we're grateful. But at this time, how many people would like to consider giving and to participate at the 40,000 Hong Kong or higher to give the gift of surgeries to kids? Here we go. Thank you. That's bidder number 2009 at 40,000 Hong Kong, coming from Hong Kong. 0502 at 40,000. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for what you've done. 3707 at $40,000. Thank you for what you've done. We are so incredibly grateful. You will find on your tablet when you give the Medical Mercy Fund. Anyone else at the 40,000 or higher? Anyone else at the 40,000
Christine,
or
I'm
higher?
just going to stop you
We're
for
doing great.
1 second because I think we skipped over the instruction on how to give. So we can pull up our slide. You can see in the menu there is pledge, and you can click pledge to medical. So I just want to make sure that all of you are clear on where you give on our platform. It's under the pledge to medical. Christine, back to you. Thank you so much for all of the donations that have come in so far, and let's keep giving to put children through these surgeries. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Louise. Louise, we're grateful for your leadership. And I have to say, while people are looking for that on their phones, we've gotten to know the Sutherlands really, really well. And I'm going to tell all of you, we're in the best of hands. Thank you so much for the difference you make in the lives of others. We are so grateful. So you're going to find that Medical Mercy Fund tab. We're encouraging gifts at the 40,000 Hong Kong or above. We're going to give the gift of surgeries to as many kids as we possibly can, and we're going to change their lives forever. Look at that, Harris. Here we go. 5056 from the U.S. at 40,000. 0311 at $80,000 coming in from Hong Kong. Whoever you are, God bless you. Bidder number 2302 from Hong Kong at $40,000. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 0304, another $40,000. Look at this participation. I am excited. And one time when I was visiting Hong Kong, I was able to go see one of those kids that just had surgery. And a year later, when I came back, guess what? He was walking, and I purchased him a pair of tennis shoes, and it was his dream to run. And today, because of your gift, he is running. That is what the gift of these surgeries will do. At this time, look at that. Bidder number 0907 at 40,000, 1411 at 40,000. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making a difference. At this time, we're going to open it up to everyone, all levels. We're going to encourage you, if you wanted to give at a higher amount, a lower amount, every dollar will make a difference, and every dollar will change lives and surgeries. So you're welcome to give at any amount, and know that we're grateful, and know that you're going to make a tremendous difference. Harris, look at that. We have so many people coming in. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making a difference. I want to thank from the Philippines, bidder number 7201. Look at all these people coming in. Bidder number 5500, across the world at 20,000 Hong Kong. 2102 at 1,000 Hong Kong. 1301 at 10,000 Hong Kong. To all of you, thank you. We're grateful. You are making a tremendous difference, and you'll change the lives of kids forever. Get all of those amounts. You're welcome to give at any amount. Every dollar will make a difference, and every gift will change the lives of others. Harris, 23,000 Hong Kong dollars, 7,500 Hong Kong dollars, 2,000 Hong Kong dollars. This is what I call participation. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you to everyone. You are welcome to continue giving, but I'm going to stop because I know there's more in the program. There's just a couple things that I want to say before I say goodbye. To all of you staff in the bases.
Christine.
To you staff in the bases, thank you for what you do. Thank you for the lives that you change. Thank you for the difference that you make in the lives of everyone. I've seen your impactful work. We're so grateful. Thank you to you, the staff in Uganda and the Philippines. They're excited. Look at what we did. Thank you to you donors. Without you donors across the world, we could have never done it. We worked as a team. We made a difference. It took a world effort for ICM. You raised a ton of money, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. One last thing I want to say. Wherever you are in the world, whenever you go to bed tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, you have to promise me one thing. If you remember anything on behalf of ICM, we want it to be this. We are so grateful. Thank you for believing in us. God's richest blessings to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Christine. Let's show her our appreciation all the way from Hong Kong. Thank you so much. Just amazing. So thank you to absolutely everyone who has given or still considers giving. We have just a minute left on our silent auction lot 2 prizes as well. So it is time to turn our attention to those. Thank you so much for all of those amazing pledges that have come in, and let's take a look and see. I know that you probably haven't had your mind in the game. So as David said, don't be on David's naughty list in the morning. Don't be the one who misses out. Ray, it looks like you're about to win that prize. Flora and Fiona and Marilyn and John, you're almost there. Who's going to beat them? Who's going to get those last bids in? We have a few seconds left. Counting down here at the Aberdeen Marina Club, 30 seconds. I hope you're all having fun at the Arca. Hope you're enjoying yourself on Zoom. You can bid from anywhere in the world. Just a few seconds left to get those last bids in. Here we go, counting down. We've got about 15 seconds left. We are doing great. We've got Patrice, you might win it. Oliver, you might win it. We've got lots of anonymous donors coming in. There's some beautiful work, some beautiful art. Here we've got just a few seconds left. We're counting down, and 3, 2, 1, and we are done. So thank you so much, and congratulations to all of the winners. Let's take a look. Sam, you're going to Niseko. Didi, you got the floating session. Congratulations. Kathy, you got the photo shoot. Karen, you got the interior design voucher. Fantastic. Let's see, this music studio, YJ. John, you got the Kiwa bacon class. And Jenny, you got those Dom Perignon Rosé. Congratulations. Amy, you got the Christian Louboutin clutch. Fantastic. We've got the Lalique vase. Hannah, you got the Dragonwell teeth. Thank you so much. Patty, you got the Tiffany Crystal apple box. Wendy, you got the Chelsea shirt. Congratulations. Robin, you got the games. AJ, thank you so much. Shirley, you got those beautiful earrings. I absolutely love those. And Anne, you got the pearl ring. Such a beautiful ring. Waves in Harmony goes to Yvette. Thank you, Yvette, for that. Look at this jewelry going to anonymous bidders. Amy, you got the blooming amethyst. Pang, you got the pink double halo ring. Nice, thank you so much. Thomas, you got that beautiful pearl necklace. Clement got the diamonds and suspension necklace. Thank you, Clement. Gemma, you're going to Clearwater Bay Golf and Country Club. Thank you for that. Veronica, you got this artwork, and we are so grateful. Thank you so much to all of our winners on our items. That was intense. So many winners, so many pledges. So thank you again. And now I have come to a very important time, which is to explain how you can make your donation. So if you have made a pledge or if you have won an auction item, in the next few minutes, you will receive an SMS which will have a payment link, and so you can click on the payment link. You'll be directed to this page on the auction website, and you can also find it here on the menu. On that page, you'll see a summary of all your pledges, as well as any of the auction items that you won. And we do have guests from around the world, as we saw in that moment of giving, and so we have a few different options for tax receipts and payment methods. I'm just going to take a minute to go through them, so it's important that you choose the right one for you. In Hong Kong, you can choose a tax receipt. You can also choose a tax receipt for the US and the Philippines, and there's an option for Hong Kong and US citizens who live in Hong Kong to receive a tax deduction in both countries. If you're joining us from the UK, from Canada, or Australia, click on Other, and you'll receive separate instructions. And if you don't require a tax receipt at all, you can choose that option too. When you're donating by credit card, if you'd like 100% of your donation to go directly to us at ICM, you can opt to cover the 3% credit card fee. And lastly, you can choose your payment method. So if you're giving by credit card, you can enter your details. ICM uses a secure third party to receive credit card information. It's never stored by us. And if you're paying by bank or bank transfer or check, you'll receive instructions, and you'll be asked to confirm your contact email. We'll be in touch to help with any payment queries. And if you're here at the Aberdeen Marina Club or at the Arca, you can ask your table attendant for assistance. Any questions at all about how to make that donation, email us at banquet@caremen.com. Okay, I have an exciting announcement. Next year, ICM will be celebrating our 30th anniversary. And I want to invite you tonight to our 30th anniversary banquet. We're still confirming the date and the venue, but today I'd like to invite you to sign up to host your own table, whether you're here in Hong Kong, if you've enjoyed the night, if you're in Manila, you're in the US, wherever you are, you can register your interest as a table host, and we will reserve you a table. So to reserve your spot or register your interest, you can click on the 2022 banquet tab on our bidding platform. We're preparing something very special, and we hope that you will be there. So click that button now to register your interest. And I think Dave would like to say one more word of thanks.
Well, thanks to Daryl for hosting. Thanks to Louise. She wasn't just our host, but she also hosted the Countdown show, and she was the producer of the entire event. She and her husband, Mihao, they created all the media you saw this evening, so thanks. And thanks to the rest of the ICM team, all the volunteers, the auction committee for their extraordinary help as well. Just one last item, we're ready to go. Moments ago, I got matching results. And this says that, and I haven't audited it yet, okay? But this says they think that we have used 590,000 out of the 600,000 matching. Now, I have to tell you that I didn't think that was possible. I genuinely didn't. And in fact, as an auditor, I have to tell you that when it doesn't sound possible, I just want to audit it. So it's possible that we didn't get that much. But in any circumstance, you guys have been extraordinarily generous, extraordinary. And we are so grateful. Thank you so much for all you've done tonight. This says that aside from the matching fund, if you add the matching funds in, the grand total of the giving tonight, as of today, is $1,963,000 US. That is 15,000 Hong Kong dollars. It is only slightly below the highest year we've ever had when we were at the convention center. So again, thank you very much. And often when we do our audits, we find a little bit less, a little bit more, and then often there's a few other people that come in later. So we will be sending you an updated email and let you know how all of this came out in a few hours. But it is great to have those preliminary results. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dave. So we will be in touch with you throughout the year, keeping you up to date with what's happening at ICM. And in the email tomorrow morning, along with those results from Dave, you'll get that Domo dashboard so you can follow our progress throughout the year. And mark your calendars for our anniversary banquet next year. So that is us from our team. It has been such a pleasure to host you this evening. We want to say goodnight to all of our friends in Asia, to our friends in the US who are just starting your day, and friends in Europe who are watching. Have a great day. Thank you so much. It's been so fun to spend this time with you, and we will see you next year for our 30th anniversary. Thank you and good night.